The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Yankee Stadium 1 for this next installment in the 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge, as this is series number 13. As you can see, the 1927 Yankees currently lead this Gauntlet Challenge with a record of 7-5 in series wins, or in total series played. But you've seen at the beginning of this video the current records and the run totals and the points. And again, the way that the point system works is if you score the most runs in the series, you get a point. However, there's a possibility that the other team will have a chance to steal the point, even though if your team won the series, the other team can steal the point because they scored more runs than your team. So in this case, if it was if the 1927 Yankees won this series, say for example, but the 2020 Pirates scored at least one or two more runs than the 1927 Yankees, then the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates would walk away with the point. So with that being said, that was just an example of what the point system is. And again, before we get this game started, if you just stumbled upon this video in the YouTube algorithm, I'm glad that you clicked on this video, and I hope that you will enjoy not only the content that I have on my channel, but this video as well. And if you do, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as I will be posting more videos on my YouTube channel in the near future. So with that being said, your pitching matchup here for game one is going to be Wade Hoyt for the 1927 Yankees, and going for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates will be Joe Musgrove. Lineups have been exchanged at home plate, and we're just about ready to play ball here at Yankee Stadium 1 as Adam Frazier will lead things off. 336. Is Hoyt a workman pitcher? He is not. Is Frazier a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That's going to be an RBI question mark result. However, the decider die says no RBI, and that's going to end up being a no runs result of 3 to end the top half of the first. And the 2020 Pirates have taken their turn at the plate. Now it is time for the 1927 Yankees to take their turn at the plate against Joe Musgrove. In the bottom half of the first. 455. Is Musgrove a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Earl Combs a utility batter? No, he is not. That's going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die of flash or control. Joe Musgrove has double flash, but he has semi-control, and the decider die says he does not have control. So that is going to be a men on base, taking the black die forward, reducing it to a black die 2, and a 2 and a 5. That's what it says, and I do forgot. And I do apologize for the glare. I'm still working out the lighting in my area here. And it will be a 2 and a 5, which will be a single and a stolen base for Earl Combs. And that's going to bring up Mark Koenig, the bat, off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 56. Patient draws the walk. Mark Koenig is not a patient batter, so that is going to be a contact result of 5. Is Mark Koenig a champion batter? He is not. And that is going to be a pop out to end the inning, to end the first inning here at the stadium with the score of a big fat goose egg after 1 inning of play. Ke'Bryan Hayes will lead off the inning for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. 255. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Ke'Bryan Hayes a utility batter? He is not. That is going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die if flash. Wade Hoyt does not have flash, so that is going to be putting the runners on second and third, and the decider die was not used, so it looks like it's going to be a multiple runners on base result of 2 for second and third. It'll be back-to-back walks for Ke'Bryan Hayes, and in his first 2 appearances of the game, and a double and an RBI, and the Pittsburgh Pirates lead this game 1-0, courtesy of Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hayes' double somewhere in the game. It doesn't have to be in this inning. It could be in the next, or it could be in the next time that he comes up to the plate. So we move on to Josh Bell and the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of an 11. Batting team harmony or pitching team dissonant? Oh, the pitching team is dissonant, is semi-dissonant. The decider die says they are not dissonant, so it's going to be a ground out to end the top half of the second inning here at Yankee Stadium number 1. And your score is 1-0 in favor of the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's Joe Musgrove to go to work against Babe Ruth, the Bambino. 245. Is Musgrove a struggler pitcher? No. Is Babe Ruth a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that is going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die of flash. Joe Musgrove has double flash, and that immediately will end the inning and give Joe Musgrove a no-runs result of 5 to seal up the deal here in the second inning. We move to the third, and Brian Reynolds will now lead off against Wade Hoyt. 236. Is Hoyt a struggler or gilded pitcher? No, he is not. Is Brian Reynolds a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That is going to be an RBI result, question mark result. The decider die says yes, there is an RBI, and according to the rules, if the black die is 6 and the decider die for the RBI question mark result lands on dot, the active batter, which in this case Brian Reynolds, will get not only 1 RBI, but he will get an extra RBI to boot, as it will be a 3-0 lead here for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. And let's determine what the outcome of those RBIs are. But first, did both RBIs happen on the same at-bat? They did. And they did. And what is the result? A hit, and it's only fitting we give Brian Reynolds a 2-run home run, which would possibly make sense if you were a baseball fan. If you're a thinking baseball fan, like, some of us are, some of us are not. So anyway, the Pirates lead 3-0 after 2.5 innings of play. And let's head to the bottom half of the third, and Luke Gehrig will lead off against Joe Musgrove on here in this half inning. 3-5-6. And again, I do apologize for the glare. I'll have everything worked out. I'll have the lighting fixed for next time. 3-5-6. Is Musgrove a workman pitcher? He is not. Is Lou Gehrig a champion batter? He is a champion batter, so that is going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment. No adjustment needed as the bases are loaded, and it looks like multiple runners on base will be the outcome here off of my optional men on base narrative chart, as Lou Gehrig will be getting a red die 3. It'll be a walk in one appearance, a single in the second, and an error on. Oh, it's tilted a little bit. Hang on. An E7, an error on the left fielder for his 3 appearances in the game so far. And Bob Musial will now lead off on the men on base chart, and he can bust this game. I mean, literally bust this game wide open. In the black and blue dice is such of a 34. Slugger hits double. Bob Musial is not a slugger. Therefore, it's going to be a single and an end of inning. And there goes the shutout. As 2 runs will score, the runner on third will score, the runner on second will score. And that is going to move the runner on first to third. And that will do it for the third inning here at Yankee Stadium 1. And your score is now 3-2 in favor of the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. We head to the fourth, and Gregory Polanco will be the batter. 2-6-6. Is Hoyt a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Gregory Polanco a champion batter? No, he is not. That's going to be a no runs result. However, it's going to have a possibility for a solo home run. The decider die, unfortunately, says blank for the home run, as Gregory Polanco is a semi-home run king, and he does not have it. So it's going to be a no runs result of 6 to end the top half of the fourth. And we now move on to the bottom half of the fourth, and Tony Lazzeri will get it started here for the 1927 New York Yankees. 4-4-6. Is Musgrove a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Lazzeri a hero batter? No, he is not. That is going to be a no runs result with a chance for a solo home run. However, the black die is not a 6, and so it's going to be a no runs result of 6 to end the fourth inning here at Yankee Stadium. And your score remains 3-2 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. Let's move to the fifth inning here, and Eric Gonzalez will be the next guy up at the plate for the 2020 Bucks here in Game 1. 2-3-3. Is Hoyt an ace pitcher? He is a semi-ace. The decider die says he is. So that is going to be a no runs result of 3 blank to end the top half of the fifth here at Yankee Stadium number 1. And this score remains 3-2 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. Or excuse me, the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. 3-2, and yeah, the score is 3-2 in favor of the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. Joe Duggan. 3-3-5. Is Musgrove a struggler pitcher? He is not. Is Duggan a champion batter? No, he is not. That is going to be a no runs result of 5 and that is going to be it for the fifth inning here at Yankee Stadium number 1. And before we get into the sixth inning here, let's see and double check if the bullpens are active for both teams. Let's first start off with Wade Hoyt and the 1927 Yankees. Is the bullpen active for the Yanks? They are. What about for Pittsburgh? They are. So both bullpens are active, and we're not going to plan to take any starter out of the game. We're going to have them go at least, have them at least pitch into the seventh, and then um, just in case if they falter, the bullpens are active. Here's Cole Tucker to lead things off for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. 336 is Tucker, or excuse me, is Hoyt a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Tucker a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That is going to be an RBI result, and that is going to push across another run for the 2020 Bucks as he will get the RBI, and let's determine the outcome of that said RBI. It'll be a hit, and it's either going to be a 3 or a 6, so I'm going to let the decider die roll. Dot is going to be 6, and it will. It's a home run for Cole Tucker and the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates lead game one by a score of 4-2 going into the bottom half of the sixth inning. Here we go to the bottom half of the sixth, and Benny Bengo will lead things off with the 1927 Yankees. 2-4-5. Is Musgrove a struggler pitcher? He is not. Is Bengo a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that is going to be a men on base result. -1 for Black Die, a flash of control. This time, Joe Musgrove has semi-control, and he has double flash. So this Black Die 5 will be reduced to a Black Die 2, as in total for Joe Musgrove, double is worth 2, 1 control is worth 1 point, so 2 plus 1 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2. We're going to put the runner on second base, and it's going to be a 2 and a 4. It's going to be a walk and a stolen base for Benny Bengo. Brooke Holmes will be the next batter. Reading off the men on base chart and referring to the black and blue dice of a 24. Gold fielder makes the out. Jacob Stallings is a gold fielder, so that is going to be it for the sixth inning, as it will be a foul out to the catcher as he discards the mask on a pop-up in foul territory, as he will make the catch for a foul out to end the inning here in the sixth inning. As we head to the seventh, your score is 4-2 in favor of the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. .255. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Frazier a utility batter? He is a semi-utility, and the decider die says he is a utility. So that is going to be a no runs result of 5 blank. And that's going to take us to the stretch here at Yankee Stadium 1, here in game 1, with your score of 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates 4 and the 1927 New York Yankees 2. Brooke Holmes will be the next batter here in the bottom half of the seventh, as the Pirates have stretched out their legs, and let's get to it. 136. Is Musgrove an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Earl Combs a hero batter? He is a hero batter, so that is going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment symbol, and it looks like no adjustment will be needed, as he will be placed on first base. with an official scores decision. And hold your horses, folks, while the official scorer is making his or her decision for Earl Combs. And it looks like can see that, or hear in our booth, that the official scorer has determined that Earl Combs is going to get on base with a it's going to be a single for Earl Combs, so a base hit. So they give it Earl Combs a base hit, and we move on to Mark Koenig. You got to love the suspense. You got to love it. Here's Mark Koenig to bat on the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 46. Same reliever gets the strikeout. Well, here's the thing, though. Mark Koenig is a switch hitter, so he would be batting in a right. If a right-hander is if a right-hander is pitching, I should say, he is batting left-handed. So no, there is not the same. And Joe Musgrove is not a reliever pitcher, so it's going to be a contact result of 3. And is Mark Koenig either sad sack or utility? He is not. So that is going to be an RBI, and that's going to creep the 1927 Yankees even closer, as the decider die was not used. So it's going to end up being, for Mark Koenig, a hit or sacrifice. And we're going to say it would make sense to either do 3 or 4. We're going to let the decider die. It's 3. And it will be 3, which will be an RBI double for Mark Koenig. So at the end of 7 innings, your score is 4-3 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. 4-3 in favor of the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. And with that being said, the Yankees manager has shook the hand of his starting pitcher, Wade Hoyt, as he will be relieved from this game. And while he does that, and while he does so, and while the new pitcher is coming out of the pen for the 1927 Yankees, we will take a quick timeout. And welcome back to Yankee Stadium as we get set for the top half of the 8th here in Game 1 of Series 13 of this best of 5 game set. Miles Thomas will be the new pitcher for the 1927 Yankees, as Ke'Bryan Hayes will be the leadoff batter. 1-4-6. Is Thomas either an ace or dynamic pitcher? No, he is not. So is Ke'Bryan Hayes a sad sack batter? No. So that is going to be a men on base result, -1 for the black die of control. Miles Thomas does not have control. That is going to be putting the runners at the corners. And it will be for Ke'Bryan Hayes. He will be collecting 2 hits in this men on base narrative result. And let's see what those hits are. Gonna roll a d6 here. So again, 1 or 6 is a home run, 2 and a 5 is a single, 3 is a triple, and 4 is a double. That is a 6, and that's going to be a home run for Ke'Bryan Hayes. And a 2 is going to be a single. And that's going to bring up Josh Bell to hit. It's going to bring up Josh Bell to hit for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 36. Active batter gets runners advance 2 bases single and a stolen base. Josh Bell is not an active runner, so it's going to be a contact result of 2. And is he a sad sack batter? In this case, Josh Bell. He is not. That is going to be an RBI. And the Pittsburgh Pirates now lead this game by a score of 6-3. And it's going to be a hit or a sacrifice. and a home run is not going to be suitable. So it's either going to be a 2 or a 3. We'll say dot is a 2, and it will be a 2. It will be an RBI single for Josh Bell to put the 2020 Pirates in front by a score of 6-3 as we head to the bottom half of the eighth. And it looks like Joe Musgrove will remain in this game to set up the closer for the ninth inning. And here's the Bambino, Babe Ruth. 1-2-5. Is the pitcher not fresh? And again, he is already not pitching a shutout. He is not fresh. So we are going to say that it will be a it'll be a men on base result with a base running adjustment. And Babe Ruth does not need any adjustment necessary. So it's going to be a runner on first with a 1 and a 5. It'll be a walk for the Bambino. And that will bring up the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, up at the plate. Reading the black and blue dice is such up a 46. Same reliever gets strikeout. Unfortunately for Joe Musgrove, for the matchup here, it's a lefty versus righty matchup. Batting left-handed, pitching right-handed. And Joe Musgrove is not a reliever pitcher, so it'll be a contact result of 1. And unfortunately, Lou Gehrig is not a whipper, so it will be an RBI, and the Yankees creep a little bit closer. The lead is cut in half by 2 as Lou Gehrig will get an RBI off of an error by the pitcher, E1, and that E1 and an RBI, and that's going to do it for the bottom half of the eighth. And we head to the ninth with your score 2020 Pittsburgh 6 and 1927 Yankees 4. Brian Reynolds will lead off against Miles Thomas. 3-4-5 is Thomas a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Brian Reynolds a sad sack batter? He is a semi-sad sack. However, the decider die says he is a sad sack. It's going to be a no runs result. However, there's a possibility for a solo home run, and Brian Reynolds has semi-home run king. The decider die says he does not have home run king. So therefore, it's going to be a no runs result of 3 dots to end the top half of the ninth. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to go to their closer here in the bottom half of the ninth. And while they make a pitching change, we will take a quick timeout. Richard Rodriguez will be the new pitcher for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates to close out this game. And let's see if the Pirates can hang on to win this game 1 6-4. 4-4-5. Is Rodriguez a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Bob Musial a hero batter? No, he is not. And that is going to be your ball game, folks, as the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates take game 1 of this series by a final score of 6-4. And it's going to be a fun series to play out. But again, this could have been for better or for worse. And who knows what it could have been, but we'll see and find out. So again, if you clicked on this video in your YouTube algorithm, I'm glad that you did. And if you like the content that you see, please do like, comment, share the video, and subscribe to let your friends know, so that way they don't miss out anything on my channel. So with that being said, your final score here for game 1, is the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates take game one of this series and lead the series 1-0 by a final score of 6-4.